Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Build a Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. It's part 94 today and we finish our 10th season in style. We've got Airbus UK as we've wrapped up the Welsh Premier League on the final day of the league campaign. And then we face TNS, the old foes, in the Welsh Cup final. A chance to win our first quadruple in a number of years and a chance to do a clean sweep domestically. It's something we've wanted to do for a while, and with the squad we've got here, we've got a better chance than ever. So if you're looking forward to that, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily content from 2 long-term stories. We've got our Sunday lunchtime mini-series at midday for the next few weeks. And of course, there's a link to the Twitch channel in the description below for regular live streams, and in the eye above to all the regular playlists. But a massive thank you for watching and your support as always. Of course, a quick reminder, we will have the 10-year bookmark after this. So before our transfer special and a new season, we'll have a review of what's happened the last 5 years for us, for the club, for the country, for the coefficient and all of that stuff too. But today, it's all about the 2 games. We played a few off camera, so let me very quickly tell you about those results. As you were last with me when we beat Boston in the SPFL Trust Trophy final. When Greg Pringle beat Boston in the SPFL Trust Trophy final. We followed that up with a 4-1 win against our first opponents today, Airbus. Elliot Andrew with a brace, Ben Cottrell and Jason Williams from the youth intake. He made his debut and he scored his first goal, got an assist as well. He was brilliant, so I'm hoping he'll be able to back that up next year. Then our second opponents today in a dress rehearsal, it was TNS. We beat them 1-0 on the road. Guess who? Greg Pringle got the goal. Tom Jones picked up a knock. Wasn't serious, only missed a game or two. Aberystwyth at home was a 2-1 victory. Greg Pringle with an early penalty and John Price with a second. Owen McMinamy nearly spoilt the party. Not had such a prolific year this year, but still looks a very good player and still a star for Aberystwyth. Then against Trefferlin in the Welsh Cup semi-final, a 4-0 win this time. 2 red cards late on, but we were already 1 up at that point. Max Dean had got that goal. But then Cannell off the bench, Max Dean with a second, and Sean Banks off the bench as well. Made it a comfortable day at the office for Bangor City. A 5-1 win followed against Llandudno. Christopher Broom, Max Dean and Tom Jones each got 1. Duffy got a brace as well, either side of half-time. And then a 6-0 win last time out against Barrytown United. A red card in the 79th minute changed it from 3-0 to 6, which probably wouldn't have happened otherwise. But Pringle, a Duffy brace, Jones, Lloyd and Weaver with 1 goal each to round off a brilliant victory. Yes, then Weaver scored the final goal in that game. And he is the subject of today's good news off the pitch. In the 93rd minute he scored there, and then before this game he's extended his loan for another year. So yes, then Weaver here next season, a 1 position we don't have to worry about. With Broom joining permanently and obviously Ian Brooks going, we will have at least 2 loan spaces in the squad. We've just got to keep hold of Greg Pringle, because if we don't, it could still be a disastrous summer. But let's go and get into the first of today's 2 games. We get to have 2 more parties hopefully before that comes around. This one, definitely a party. The TNS one will be up to our performance. We're going to close down Junian Ellis, who is their star man. He's a goalkeeper. Why are we closing down a goalkeeper? Maybe he's dodgy with his feet, who knows. Max Dean's on the bench, but scoring goals could still reach 20 for the season. Joe Duffy with a hat-trick today could reach 50, and Greg Pringle just 1 away from 40. We've gone as strong as possible. We want to win the quadruple. We'll worry about the youngsters later down the line. So as a result, this is the squad we've gone for. We've got George Wickens in goal, Riley and Weaver the fullbacks with Boys and Price at centre-half, Harvey Lloyd, Broom, Brooks and Jones the midfield diamond 4, and then Duffy and Pringle up front. Goals galore between them. We'll be looking for some more today. Of the youngsters, just Peter Holding on the bench, the 2 Northern Irish midfielders as well. But I'm not expecting fireworks. We're not going to just get all the youth players in. We're not going to give them a free run. This is about getting victories. This is about winning a quadruple and keeping everyone fit till we've done it. It's Airbus UK v Bangor City, and I want to finish the league season in style. Let's go and see if we can. I think the one thing that has benefited us in our heavy wins in the last couple of games is the fact we've named the same 11 each time. They've got Ethan Vaughan at right back, who's a good player. Heald up front quite often causes us problems, and Hillier's not a bad pro either. Taylor Woodgate on the bench I've seen at bigger clubs. I'm sure it might have been Barry he played at before. But otherwise, it's a very winnable game for us. We did mention Airbus now establishing themselves as a top half side here. And if you remember in the experiment over the last few weeks, I won't spoil everything, but Airbus did become one of the main sides in this Premier League. So it looks like they're on the same sort of path here, as Keegan Riley chips one into the front post and Ellis, the keeper, claims well. 5 minutes on the clock and the first chance was ours, but the long kick forward, headed away by Price. Broom chases it wide, can't get there ahead of Hillier though. He cuts it inside to the centre midfielder. They're keeping it quite well here, Airbus, playing directly for sure, but Hild's winning his fair share of aerial duels as Hillier gets it left again. Cuts inside, it's a switch of play which Weaver intercepts. Through ball to Pringle, skins the first centre half. Doesn't even try and beat the second, just goes for a thunderous strike from the edge of the box, but it's straight into the arms of Ellis this time. And we're back a minute later as he takes a goal kick. Harvey Lloyd high up to intercept that, and now he's found himself out on the right wing. Plays short to Keegan Riley, who finds Broom in the middle. Lloyd again, just loitering there. Gives it to Brooks, chips up to Pringle, chips in for the goal. Lots of chips, lots of delicate little flicks. And it's 1-0 Bangor City. 7 minutes gone, and Greg Pringle gets 40 for the season. And all it makes me think now as I look ahead to the summer is how on earth are we going to replace those goals? As Weaver loses the ball in the defensive area, Kiriakou gets it in the centre circle, but Tom Jones back defending. Excellent work from the youngster, and now he's driving with the ball. Down the right wing to Joe Duffy, into the box, Pringle's in the middle, gets there at the second time of asking, and I'm not quite sure how he missed that. The defender had fallen over, he hadn't got anywhere near it. He slid in, he hadn't committed, and Pringle somehow put it wide. 20 minutes gone, 1-0 Bangor City. And really, with that chance, it should have been 2. Well, it's half time, and just before the whistle went, we've managed to get an injury to the player we were celebrating, which is Yesten Weaver. We want to take him off before it escalates. We've got a cup final in a week, and more importantly, we've got a big summer. So I could bring on Badebo, but I'm going to bring Holding on. We've got to give the youngster a go. Boy's out to left back, Price will go left centre half, and Holding alongside him. It's not much weaker, to be fair. We've encouraged the lads though, most of them are motivated. Let's see if we can back up the 1-0 lead. Well, an hour on the clock, not much going on. I'm going to replace Duffy with Max Dean. He has been really good recently, Dean, to be fair. Jones hasn't had the best game in the number 10 position, but Brooks is the most tired legs. So I think we'll replace him with Patrick Malone, who looks excited today for some reason. He's normally spent most of his time moaning since he's been here. So I'll make the most of this day. It's been a good display, it's been an efficient performance, but I wouldn't say we've set the world alight, and that's probably not a good sign leading into a big final. We've got to keep an eye on that Yesten Weaver injury. Is it going to be more than a week? But for now, a 1-0 win's still a win, and we'll certainly take it. Of course, the most points we could have got this season is 96. We've got 89. It's really not a bad effort to only drop 7 points. Might be one of our best efforts since we've been here. As Morgan Boys goes down the left, through ball to Greg Pringle. Can he wrap it up with a second? He can't. It's a good save by the keeper. Had a really good game today, he has. Pringle in again to Max Dean, though. This time it's blocked by the defender off the line. Excellent work. They're throwing their bodies on the line there. And Airbus UK have been a pretty worthy adversary compared to some of the other sides we've faced recently. At full time, though, it is a 1-0 win. Perhaps not the style and the panache we wanted to do it with. But the main game is the Welsh Cup final. And that's coming up next week against TNS. They will have finished second, but who's come third? Barry and Aberystwyth, it was all to play for. Who's qualified for Europe automatically? It's Aberystwyth on the final day. A 2-0 win for them against Llandudno. TNS win 1-0 at Barrytown United. So it will be Barry in the qualifiers with Airbus, Llandudno and Colwyn Bay. That could be a game changer for Welsh football. Let's skip ahead to the Welsh Cup final though. Both sides go into it off a 1-0 win. And it's the old foes TNS. They've stopped us in a League Cup a couple of times. Now can they stop us in the Welsh Cup? One of the main factors in the answer for that will be this injury to Yesten Weaver. It's 1 to 2 days. He's going to be fit. I'm suddenly feeling more confident. I'll see you in a moment. Well, a quick side note before we head to the Welsh Cup final. We've been offered a new contract by Bangor City, a 4-year deal. That shows how professional this setup is now. We've been offered the chance to over double our wage to 6.25 grand a week. The wage and the transfer budget's going up. Everything else looking good. And to be fair, I think we've done a pretty good job here. So we're going to accept that. We're going to be delighted to stay here. And this Build a Nation is continuing to grow. That could be a massive moment for the country. We just need some of the other clubs to catch up. TNS being one of them. Let's see if they can beat us in the Welsh Cup. Well, it's cup final time. And as we go towards the summer transfer window, what do you always not want to see? Takeover rumours going through the papers. Hopefully they're just speculation. Holding and Weaver not quite match sharp, but both recovered enough for today's game. And it's TNS who, how full strength are they? Have they got any injuries? A few actually, and of course they've got the 3 players on loan from us, so really we should be heavy favourites for this. I want to know in the comments as well, let me know what you think. Should we go for a big signing from TNS or Barry in the summer, just to give them a financial boost, or should we continue to do it fairly? For today's game though, what changes do we make? Only 5 subs, which we've got to remember. The starting 11 stays the same for me. Holding will drop off the bench. We'll have Woods, we'll have Malone, and we'll have Cottrell. And then up front we'll have Max Dean. And in fact, I'm going to go Williams instead of Malone. Let's go for experience today. No time for messing around. This is a massive occasion. A chance to win a quadruple with an unchanged 11. Yes, then Weaver, touch and go on the fitness front. But the rest of them should be able to do the job. Let's go and see if they can. And let me know if you think we will in the comments down below. I know defensively they're not as strong as they normally would be, given the lone players that are unavailable. But up front, with Russ, Antwi, Daly and Dorian and Ewing, they're still a pretty good side. I would guess by the fact Clifford is the 5th name there, that they've gone for a back 5. Mandrew, who would be their more attacking midfielders on the bench. Kenny Jacobs, their more attacking winger on the bench. They must have gone very defensive here. So we're going to tell the boys to prove a point. We're going to try and get on the front foot. And we just have to hope they don't frustrate us. It has happened before, but let's hope it's not today. TNS, second in the league as always. But they're looking for a big trophy and a spoil our party, as it is a back 5 with Clifford getting it on the left. Up to Antwi. They've basically just put their 2 quickest players on the wing, given them the ball and chucked a poacher up front. As the ball goes out right to Noah Daly. We know the quality he's got. Into Dorian. Over to the left to Antwi. It's not the best start. 30 seconds gone. They've got a cross here. Antwi into the box to Russ. Just missed it over his head. It falls for Daly on the right. He can cross again, but Weaver's in with a tackle. Daly still comes out with a ball though. And Morgan Boys gets it clear. Lloyd hoofs downfield. Clifford recycles it. It's all TNS. Out to Daly again. Back to Ewing. Just wide of the post from 20 yards. A very bad first minute for Bangor City. But we survive it. Now we've got a free kick just inside their half. Price goes shorts to Morgan Boys. Finds Weaver and now Brooks. Pringle to Tom Jones. Back to Lloyd. Can we get the football flowing? Can we up the tempo? Chips forward to Weaver. Left side of the box. Crosses in towards Duffy. Heads over the bar from pretty much unmissable range. 1 shot each, none on target each. 2 good chances go astray. And we've got a throw on the right again, this time with Keegan Riley. Plays a 1-2 on halfway. Gives it to Christopher Broom. He's turned inside, finds Tom Jones. Runs through to Duffy. Wonderful reverse ball from the number 10. And Joe Duffy, second time strikes. Makes no mistake this time. It was wonderful from the number 10. Tom Jones with the creativity. And Joe Duffy with another goal. He's getting close to 50 as David gets it at the back to Blackburn. Back to his keeper Luthra. Chance to play forward here. Big ball over the top towards Russ, who flicks out wide to Antwi. He's got Clifford in support, the fullback. Back in his own half now though. Beats the wide man. It was Broom who was going out to close down but didn't quite get there. Clifford can cut inside to Dorian. Through ball, Noah Daly's beaten Weaver. Noah Daly's in. It's a stunning save from Wickens. Down to his left, a really strong wrist to tip that behind. And it was nearly 1-1. They've really got a threat here going forward. As Clifford cuts an in-swinging corner to the back post. Ian Brooks heads clear. It's his last game for the club after 7 years on loan. And we're making the most of it as Tom Jones comes forward. Lays it off to Duffy. Gets it after Ewing swings but doesn't get on the clearance. Finds Tom Jones through towards Pringle. Williams anticipates it and hoofs downfield. And we're back with a Harvey Lloyd corner. Russ heads away at the front post. It will only reach Ian Brooks though. I'll tell you what, Rutherford's won it. Fair play to him. Got back and won that. Blackburn hoofs it forward. And Morgan Boys straight there. Broom gives it to Lloyd. To Price. To Riley. Lovely football. The tempo's quick. We just need to unlock the door more often. Jones the only one to do it so far. Broom picks it up in the middle. To Harvey Lloyd. Can we find one of the creative men? Out to Keegan Riley. To Joe Duffy. To Broom. Brooks. Lloyd. Chips over to Duffy. Must have been offside. It is. It's disallowed. He finishes it with aplomb. It's a wonderful composed finish. But it wasn't going to count. It was always offside. It remains 1-0 to Bangor City. And we've got a free kick on the left-hand side with Harvey Lloyd. Quarter of the game gone. Duffy's missed from 1 yard. How on earth has he headed that over? Looked easier to score. And with half an hour gone, it remains just 1. And this is what worries me. If we waste these sorts of chances and then TNS get 1, are we going to live to regret it? At half-time, it's going to be 1-0 to Bangor City. But how it's not more, I'm not quite sure. We'll tell the boys to go out and prove that they're winners. In the second half, we need to be a lot more clinical. And with 5 gone in the second half, we've got a chance to do just that. Keegan Riley with a throw on the right down by the corner flag. Plays a 1-2-3 with Broom. Delivers to the back post. Greg Pringle's missed one now. He's headed just over from 5 yards. They're all at it today. Greg Pringle's had a poor game in truth. But we just cannot find the goals. Harvey Lloyd's got a long free kick into the box towards Brooks. He's headed wide. It's Broom who actually got the head to it in the end. How on earth have we missed so many chances? Harvey Lloyd struggling for fitness. Greg Pringle's had a poor game. I'd be foolish to take him off, wouldn't I? It could be his last game for us. We've got a throw on the right again. I was about to take Keegan Riley off. But actually, it's a TNS ball. Clifford will take it, the left back. Short inside to Blackburn. Oh, that's awful. That is awful from TNS. They give away the Welsh Cup with a Sunday League style goal. Throw in from left back, just overcooked for the centre half. Greg Pringle nicks in, slides into the net from 8 yards. Awful defending. 2-0 Bangor City. The quadruple wrapped up in the most ridiculous way possible. Harvey Lloyd's on a yellow, so Archie Woods for him. Brooks will get a standing ovation on his final appearance. Daniel Williams on for him. And Greg Pringle the same. I'm going to go Max Dean up front. I'll go Dean and Duffy for the last 15 because, to be fair, they might be our first choice partnership next season. Greg Pringle deserves the send-off. That we'll do everything in our power to get him back. As Rutherford throws in from the right, Weaver's given away a penalty. Oh, we've made the subs too early. We've taken them off for a standing ovation. And now it's going to be 2-1. Who is it to take it? It's Hall. Steps up. Wickens can't get there. He goes the right way, but it's beaten him into the corner. We've got a grandstand finish without our best two players. What a stupid decision we've just made. The cup final is not over yet. It's TNS 1 at Bangor City 2. Keegan Riley with a throw on the right to Tom Jones. Can the young star do it for us? Riley back to Price. Chance to switch the plate. Finds Yesden Weaver, who gave away that penalty. 1-2 with Broom. Finds Archie Woods. Weaver again. Into Woods. We're not really going anywhere with it. It's good possession. It's efficient. It's chipped over to Duffy. Can this be the moment? Back to Max Dean. Hits the post. Wonderful move, but the finish wasn't there. And for the umpteenth time, we've missed a golden chance. Daniel Williams will deliver the corner. The experienced sub with the in-swinger. Russ heads away yet again, and Noah Daly will get there first. Tom Jones makes a brilliant tackle though. And so far, we're back to clinging on stages now. 5 minutes of stoppage time separate us from the quadruple, but TNS are not going to be able to stop us. The Welsh Cup falls to Bangor City. TNS competed yet again, but it wasn't enough. TNS 1, Bangor City 2, the League Cup, the Welsh Cup, the SPFL Trust Trophy and the Welsh Premier League are all in the grasp of Bangor City. George Wickens picks up the trophy and lifts the Welsh Cup for Bangor City. 4 trophies, a stunning season. And a Europa League last 16 as well. A pretty good display, a big summer ahead. Because we could be about to lose our 2 best players. And this, if we don't replace them, could be as good as it gets. Let's go and skip ahead very quickly to the end of season review before planning our bookmark to mark 10 years at Bangor City. Well, end of season review time. The average attendance 2,000 in the Cup, which is brilliant. But one bit of bad news before we do that. Youth player poached by Cambridge. Now, no disrespect to Cambridge, who have just been promoted to League 1 as I record this in real life. But here, they're in the League 2 playoffs, and if clubs of 2-star reputation from League 2 can poach our best youth players, we've still got a bit of a problem in this save. So that's all to come in the future, but let's go and find the end of season review and see what has been a history-making season with 4 trophies for Bangor City Football Club. And we start with the new arrivals. Not really many in truth. Yesden Weaver and Christopher Broom, 2 brilliant loan additions. Weaver we knew all about anyway, and Broom will be joining permanently in the summer. After a slow start, based on those stats, he's going to be one hell of a signing. Daniel Anderson didn't get much of a chance. He was cup-tied in the SPFL trophy, and he didn't get a huge opportunity in the league. But with Brooks going in the summer, there's a position up for grabs. If he trains well, could make it his. The other 4, just signings from the youth intake, not sure why we're seeing them. In terms of players out, Callum Maguire left again, had an average season at Colchester. Ryan Hughes, he did get a new club in Chester. He's had a first choice season there, so fair play to him. Seems to be improving by the looks of it. Maybe he just needed to leave all along. In terms of season results, a wonderful campaign. Just that 1 defeat early on to Airbus. In the draws, it was just too early in the season as well. In the second half, we were absolutely faultless. The last drop points were in November, After that, we won every single match. Stunning effort, wonderful achievement. We've just got to build on it now. Greg Pringle has to stay. Disappointment in the Champions League, we went out in the playoff round, but we then won our Europa League group and got to the last 16 where we lost to Porto narrowly on aggregate. We won the SPFL Trust Trophy, Linfield nearly put us out, Ayr United nearly got us in the first round. The other three very comfortable, including a final. In the Welsh Cup, bar the TNS game in the final, it wasn't even close. And in the League Cup, we were utterly dominant. So really good displays, a fantastic season. Let's have a look at the moments to remember. Definitely the big win, a 4-0 win away in Legia Warsaw. We sat back for an hour, we were consistent, we were solid. And then when they chased the game, we smacked them on the break. It was a 4-0 comfortable victory. The biggest win, 7-0 at Llandudno. A fantastic goal of the season early on for Greg Pringle against Valor in a Champions League third qualifier. But because we didn't reach the group stages, the revenue will be down massively. Sponsorship is up, that's good. That's something that will improve over time. The prize money, down by 2/3 due to the Champions League loss. The group stages there made such a difference. The broadcast revenue the same, the corporate the same, and the matchday revenue the same. Champions League group stage football is brilliant for the finances, not so brilliant for the coefficient. How did we line up? Are there any shocks in that best 11? Absolutely not. That's the 11 we've picked most of the season. They've earned their places in that team and they all deserve a lot of credit. The accolades, Joe Duffy gets player of the season, Harvey Lloyd Young player, Daniel Anderson signing, I guess he was the only permanent one. 14 assists for Keegan Riley from right back. He's really come into his own this year. And we get Manager of the Year yet again after winning it last season as well. Records broken include 31 clean sheets for George Wickens, 151 league goals overall for Max Dean. I can't imagine Joe Duffy's far behind that. He's on the same. So Joe Duffy and Max Dean are on 151 league goals each. Jason Williams became the youngest scorer for the club. Maybe he'll be one to chase it in the future. And it's history in the making as we win a quadruple, a famous achievement for Bangor City. But this summer, we're due to lose Greg Pringle and we will lose Ian Brooks. They've been our best two players for the last 2 years. We're going to have to find replacements or get them back in. So we'll have our bookmark episode in a couple of days' time, followed by the start of season 11 in 4 days. If you did enjoy this episode though and you're looking forward to that, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM21 content. There's loads of little mini-series floating about as well as regular live streams on Twitch, to which you can find the link in the description below. And of course in the eye above, we've got all our regular playlists here and a link to the Food Channel trailer as well. Please do go and give it a try if you haven't already. But a massive thanks for watching as always. And I'll see you next season. A wonderful achievement this year. Now we need to back it up in Europe. I'll see you there.